Okay, we have our two teams lined up. They will come forward and we will introduce them to you once they have turned it in front of the Royal Boss here at Smith's Lawn. Please stay out of the safety zone. We will get our game underway in a couple of minutes. And Ian, weather perfect, ground looks fantastic, and I would just like to thank our groundsman, Peter Svoboda, and all of his team who do an unbelievable job. Mate, you can see polo fields stretching for miles up here. It's a great sight.
It's a wonderful sight, Dan, and the ground, well, I couldn't be in better order. I think that bit of a storm last night possibly did a lot of good. It's put a bit of a green tinge on top, and this ball will run superbly. A bit of a breeze playing across the ground, so hitting the ball in the air is going to be a bit of a challenge, but it's just perfect conditions for polo. Horses will love this.
Right, we see our two teams coming towards us. We have our two umpires as well. Both these sides have played in the qualifying couple of games each. These were the two best teams to come through to our final game here at Gardens. So let's give these two teams a round of applause, ready to go here for our qualifier of the FIP 8-goal championship to go off to Shanti later in the year. We will start with the Apache team. Let's give a big round of applause. His mother's down here, she is very proud. A big round of applause for Max here at number 1. Come forward, Max. At number 2 we have George Pearson. At number 3, Max's brother Freddie here. And at back, the workhorse in the team, Ollie Tuthill. Now for our Chester Racecourse team, one of two ladies out here this afternoon. A huge round of applause for Lucy Taylor. At number 2, we have our very own English player, Johnny Martin, to come forward. And of course, how could we not have a game like this without the highest rated lady player in the world, Nina Clarkin. And at back, a very proud man, Mr. Richard Thomas, who has had a cracking year with the Chester Racecourse team. Our two umpires, we have Peter Wright and Tim Allen. They'll start on the far side. Our third man is Mr. Robert Graham up here. And things are starting to hype a bit. Looking forward to it. Good morning, Mr. Canoon Editors. They'll start on the far side, a 4-chuck game. Ian, we predominantly start matches with the umpires asking one of the team captains on or even, and interesting to say which way they choose.
Well, I said this breeze coming across, so a question of whether you want lying on your stick side or the near side, I guess.
Yeah, the wind isn't really a factor today as far as helping, but it is keeping us cool. We've got 28 degrees supposedly coming up today.
Hang on.
Yeah, very nice conditions indeed. So I think the horses will love this bit of breeze around. It keeps them a bit cooler.
And speaking of the horses, we're very grateful for all the grooms that have made such a great deal in getting everything ready. Now, first backhand there from Richard Thomas is centred forward. The little flick there by Lucy Taylor, the first whistle of the game. Only a couple of seconds into the match. And the umpire throws the ball on the spot. So the penalty, first up to Chester Racecourse. You can see Nina Clarkin and Johnny Martin, the 2 and 3 of the team. They're the highest rated duo, the 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 goals. And we've got Freddie here and Ollie Tuthill on the Apache team, 3 and 4 goals as well. Coming in now, Johnny Martin looks up. We see some tight marking to start with. Richard Thomas is trying to make sure he gets to Freddie here, and he's done all right. It's going to be Johnny Martin. Now, up in the lead is a lovely shot from Johnny Martin to reach Nina Clarkin. It's going quite perilously close to the back line. Nina gets a little chip on it. Who can finish this? Lucy Taylor with the shot. It's come off the pony's leg. Ollie Tuthill backs it over to the boards. Turning quickly. Ollie tells his man to take the player. He goes forward. Ollie Tuthill.
Yeah, Ollie Tuthill brings up on the left-hand side and just bouncing it off the boards on Nina Clarkin's there. Just stops the run of the ball, but Tuthill's in quickly now. He'll bring it across to the centre, give himself a bit of room up here. Who's he getting the lead from? And he just looks to see now. And he doesn't get quite the length he'd like on that ball. So Martin comes in to worry for it, but Tuthill's still in possession. And he'll run it right past the field now, coming down towards goal. This might be a lovely individual goal for Apache. It is. Ollie Tuthill.
Well, that is a very good individual run from Ollie. He did try to get a couple of passes up to Max here, but he decided that it was better for him to go. He had the run of the play, had the man taken, and that was a great individual goal.
Okay, so we'll come back and change ends. And the ball gets caught up amongst number 2. Johnny Martin's there to try and clean it up, but eventually it looks like Freddie here has got hold of it and just brings it down to the backhand there. And here's the next one to it coming through. Here's Pearson now. He brings the ball up for, and it looks like another goal of Apache. Nice attacking play there, tight stuff. Run next here, puts the ball through, and so Apache pushing out to a 2-goal lead, pretty handy in a 4-chuck game.
Very much so. Started very quickly, and we will be getting a few of the replays up on the big screen, so make sure you keep looking over there. Here it is, you can see Max just reaching out, gets a little touch, goes to the right of the post, valiantly tried to stop by Richard Thomas, but unable to. So very good start, Apache, 2-0. Got a bit of broken attack, umpire's whistle goes to the clock stops. For those of you new to the game, we change hands after each goal is scored. So we'll just wait while Johnny Martin goes off and changes his pony. He appears to have some broken tack, unable to be fixed. So he will quickly get on to his next horse. So they will start as soon as Johnny Martin gets off the field. The new thing that we've done this year within the high goal and taken us to most of the fields is going to be changing boxes, and they've worked very, very well at the back of the grounds. Bringing it forward, here we have Lucy Taylor with a lovely shot from Leah Clark, and lady to lady, good play from Lucy Taylor, lovely little shot, she's got a chance, doesn't give herself too much angle, doesn't get enough on that. Ollie Tuthill takes it forward. Freddie Deere decides to hit a little pass to him, but Nina Clark can turn it very quickly. Beautiful backhand from her, who can get around it first. Richard Thomas with a really good rider. Richard comes in to get the shot. Ball bounces over to the boards.
Okay, so taking it up now is Tuthill. He'll just look to see if he's got any players up the front and then try and bring it up the boards. Now he unloads, takes it straight up. On the pass he was here now, takes it up on the board, bouncing it off, gets the next shot in, just drops to this side. And Freddie here just trying to push the ball up now. It's left sitting here for Johnny Martin. He looks to see who's around. He's going to have to take his time. Plays the backhand. Nina Clark enjoyed that nicely. Bounces off. She goes past Pearson Pony there. And Nina Clark now out into the centre. Angle shot from here. Takes it over the halfway. Going back desperate in defence. Ready here there to mark it. But Nina's just checking back. Pushes the ball forward. Now sitting there, Freddie Deere plays the near side shot. And the umpire's not happy.
I think George Pearson, when he came in to make the play on Nina, she checked quite hard, but she was able to keep control of the ball. And as he's come across, he just drifted in front, wasn't allowed to play the near side, and the umpires were right on the spot. Decided to send it forward to the penalty 4 mark. It was a 60-yard hit. It's a defender's shot at goal, and it'll be Johnny Martin who will do his best to get the first goal for Chester Racecourse. He gets 10 to 15 seconds to tee the ball up. He will then circle his pony round, try and get maximum loft so that it goes over the heads of the Apache team. Well, a pretty good start so far, Ian.
Yeah, very good start. The players obviously want to hit the ball, and play a running game, both sides doing that and running it up the sides a bit, but keeping out of that centre line. But I think it's going to be one of those games where we're going to see a lot of galloping and a lot of big hitting. Well, Johnny puts it down to the right. He elected to take it along the ground rather than put it up in the air where that breeze might get it, but he didn't quite have the direction, so a let off there for Apache, and they'll hit him from the back line.
We'll see Max Deere bringing his pony out onto the boards. You can change horses at any time you like during the game. Ollie Tuthill with a bit of a let off there from Johnny Martin. Freddie here has a chance to hit the ball up to his brother, but he can't get back on it. That was George Pearson, flicks around, comes out off the pony. Goes out over the boards. Throw in front. The South grandstand, sending it through. It's going to be Lucy Taylor trying to make his job tough. It's actually Richard Thomas coming to Max Deere, now coming against Lucy Taylor. She sneaks past Freddie here. A chance for the Chester Racecourse to score. Lucy Taylor does very well. Coming in next, Johnny Martin, but George Pearson. He's called off at Ollie Tuthill. Now the backhand will set him up. Nina Vested. Nina Clark needs to get going Vested. She was a Vested. She is a Clark. Coming in now, Nina. Gets to the backhand. Good pattern. George Pearson equals the task, picks it up on the near side. He can't get his stick, it's caught between the two horses. Trying to get his stick out, it's caught within the race. George somehow still gets control of the ball after both players came over across it. George, down on the boards. He's called off it by Ollie Tuthill. Lucy comes in. The play is a good one, and it sets up Max Deere's told to go to Nina Clark, and he does very well. Can Freddie Deere finish this? Freddie back in the right. Can he score the goal? Freddie Deere comes in the third for Apache, and the horses kicked it through, and that will be their third goal. And a nice play from them.
Yeah, tough play there, right? He was being marked very heavily and had to really push that ball through. Didn't try and hit it too hard, and just that little tap shot was there to bounce off the pony tooth and through the goal. See Marine back there where there were plenty of players in the goal mouth, but Freddie Deere just kept his eye down and head down and kept pushing him through.
Sure did, and 3-0, a cracking place. Way to start in the first chuck out. Nina comes in, big play from Nina, but Ollie Tuthill was the man behind. Thought that he was fouled, and umpire Julian Appleby and Peter Wright agreed. They will head down to the next mark. So Chester Racecourse really are doing it tough in this first chuck-out. 3-0, and with just over a minute to go, Apache have a chance to make it 4.
So the line-up on the 60, defended goal. So of course the player taking the hit has to get it past 16 horses' legs in 4-6. It's a challenge in itself. As I said, quite often I try and loft the ball, but with this breeze here today, that again is a bit of a challenge if it gets up in the air and starts to swing left. So Freddie Deere just coming back to settle himself and the horse. So he's going to take a bit of a short run up to this. He's probably not going to try and hit too hard and high. Lets it go, puts it in the air. Has he got quite the direction? No, it's gone to the right.
Chester Racecourse really need to get themselves on the board before this chucker finishes to feel comfortable. They'll go back and see their coach. Bringing it forward now. Johnny Martin looking for one of his players to get into space, and Nina has done so very well. Johnny leaves it behind. Can he get back onto it? He tries to take Ollie Tuthill, but Ollie sneaks around quickly onto it. He does a little flick back and decides to go for the fake. Now it's gone off left. Johnny can't find it. Ollie Tuthill, very calm and casual in this game, takes it forward. Ollie Tuthill's done well, takes the right off now on the near side. Can he make it goal number 4? He has, and that's very good play from the Apache number 4. And we will go into our second chucker, I would imagine, with a 4-goal lead to Apache.
Yes, he's really doing a bit of damage setting up these attacks and covering, and then that time getting himself down the front and drawing a couple of players out of the game and then taking it around the corner. And you just watch again on the replay where he comes around, and then that goal would have been very wide from there, and he drove it through beautifully.
We still will get, we get 10 seconds by the look of things. They've got the ball thrown in, so there's 30 seconds. This could be really bad for Chester Racecourse if Apache get control. They have done 2 free coming in, but that'll finish. That will finish the chucker. A round of applause for our 2 teams as our first chucker of our FAP qualifier is finished. Right, we'll start our second chucker with a penalty 4 in favour of Chester Racecourse. Now you saw that it was the Apache team that got the ball out of the last throw-in, but after the whistle went for a foul, one of the Apache players hit the ball after the whistle, and that's not tolerated, and it was taken down to a penalty 4. So let's give Johnny Martin a bit of quiet. Johnny Martin gets a good height on this, good distance. Oh, just gone over the right post. It must have not been very far away, but Chester Racecourse not able to convert the couple of 60s they've had, or the couple of runs. And so far it's been all Apache. They're not getting at the far corner. Ollie Tuttle has chatted to his boys. George Pearson, who didn't play all the games for the Apache team, but is a very, very good substitute for the Rafe Richardson. Bringing in now good play from Ollie Tuttle to bring it up and get Freddie there, and Freddie's gone straight past Johnny Martin with some very good controlled play. Billy's nearly been hit. You right, Billy? Oh, poor old Billy's not happy about it. If you go hitting the timekeeper, you're going to have a very long chucker there. Freddie?
Well, we'll throw from the sideline, and it just gets caught up in the ruck. Finally coming out there, Freddie Deere now, but he doesn't get the second shot in. Pearson just keeps pushing him forward. Turned around there by Richard Thomas, and then, no, sorry, it was Lucy, but now Richard Thomas coming through on the ball. And he just gets a little bit of a heel on the ball and turns around. Picked up at the back there by Lucy Taylor. She'll bring it down now. She's got plenty of white shirts up in front of here coming around the cover for her. She'll pick up the shot, calls Lucy on. Johnny Martin comes in. He'll just try and bring the ball around now. And he gives him the lead. Taylor staying there with him. Johnny Martin unloads. Doesn't quite get the distance he'd like on that one though, and it's going to be trapped there by Pearson. He just knocks it off the line. Freddie Deere tries to clear the ball out across the goal mouth. Dangerous stuff here for Apache, but Max Deere just pushes the ball forward. Now John Martin's backhand still down in the attack zone, taken out of the way there by Freddie Deere now. He'll bring it out towards the sideline. Plenty of Apache shirts running down this line. He just tries to tap it forward now. It's Richard Thomas now, I think, or Johnny Martin. No, Richard Thomas it was. Who put the ball up. Pearson dives in. Umpires don't like that, and they blow the whistle.
Chester Racecourse will get another go. It's heading down to a penalty 3, which is a 40-yard hit. It is able to be defended, but the players are not allowed to come across the back line until the ball is hit out, and they cannot go through the goal mouth. So Johnny Martin, he's hit the ball well, just his accuracy is timed it off, so he'll be looking forward to putting this one right where he wants it.
Yes, Glenn, they may not realise how strong that breeze is. We're up pretty high here, and Johnny Martin's put it in the air a couple of times, and I think he's allowed a bit too much for the breeze and pushing it right, but he doesn't need to do that this time. It's an open goal, so he'll come back nice and deep. And let's go this time. Where's this one gone? I think it's gone there. No, the flag's up, so it's gone through in the air. So that'll be make a great difference, I think, to this Chester Racecourse team. They've been pushing at the goal. They've been attacking a lot in this chucker, and finally they've got one through. So score now 4-1 in favour of Apache.
Throw-in is very, very important. They come back, and the umpires will make sure that there's a gap before they throw the ball in. This is very important. You can see here Nina Clarkin taking the first one, coming off the pony, And it's going to be Johnny Martin who's called for it now. Lucy in good position, gets the Chester pony going. She flips it onto the near side. Can she get back to it? She can't. George comes in, a little backhand to Ollie Tuthill. Wasn't read very early then. Fred Deer comes in and gets the little play. Nina Clark with a good backhand, but Freddie's still on a good play. Richie Thomas. Richie Thomas takes it forward. Ollie Tuthill. He's looking for one of his runners to go forward. Ollie sends it forward. It's gone for Max Deer because he was the one that was open. Johnny Martin comes in. Max Deer still in control. Good pick up from Maxie Deer. Can he do anything with it? But Johnny Martin, the pony with its ears back, he wants to win and do as well as he can. The ball's gone out to the boards. Watch out in front of the HPA tent down there. We'll have a throw in on about the 30-yard line.
So, Apache on the attack again. Just a race course, just what. Trying to keep the ball on the side so they can get possession, but it's Max Deer coming through. Just trying to clear the ball. It's caught up in the rut there. Finally, it's taken away by, well, Johnny Martin just tapped it, and Nina Clark comes in and takes the ball up to the boards, bounces over, but it's got them a 40 or 50 yard gain in territory. So they'll line up. And it goes in, it goes right through the ruck. Well, the number 3 is there. Johnny Martin's playing back in the 3 position, so he'll get possession of the ball here for Chester. And he's going to get a hard time there from Freddie Deer, but he gets away with it, comes around the corner, out on his own here, going 2 or 3 lengths clear. Now bring it up the centre line, straightens it up nicely. Freddie Deer going back in defence there now, but Martin's still got possession. Now Clarkin's come right around the right-hand side, coming across here with Tuttle. He's got a big angled shot from here, just taps the ball forward. Fred Deer's there to knock him out of the way. Nina Clarkin trying to pick up the little pass. Coming out of the ruck now is Max Deer, and he's got this little pony going flat now up towards the line. Picked up there. Just good, doesn't quite get it over the halfway. Pearson following through. Brings the ball up now. Clarkin's there. Doesn't get the near side shot. Pearson tries to, but now Nina gets the near side shot and picking up the pass. There's Johnny Martin now. He'll bring the ball out towards the boards. Tuthill's following through. He's got possession. Sorry, it's Clarkin following through, and Johnny Martin just checks the pony back. Now just trying to bring the ball around Freddie Deer, turned around by George Pearson, and it's caught there. Players all trying to spin the pony quickly. Pearson gets the ball now. He takes possession now, puts Apache back into the attacking half. Nice little near side shot. George Pearson's hard ridden though by John Martin, who gets the better of the bump and plays the backhand out towards the sideline. Nina Clarkin's there to pick up the pass, takes it away from Tuttle. Now here they go. Chester Racecourse on the attack here. Nina Clarkin with the ball, runs it up into the centre. Best be going back there, Freddie Deer, but he's 2 or 3 lengths behind. Nina Clarkin's got a little angled shot from here, takes the time, pops it through, and that's another goal to Chester Racecourse.
Lovely finish from Nina. Picked it up right on halfway, swooped, got the pony round, beautifully done, and put it in for their second goal.
So, Glenn, they're getting back into this game now, aren't they? Their attacking plays much better, their passing's better, they're making Apache work harder.
Very much so. It's not that they weren't in the first jump. Apache did play very well, but Chester just missed a couple of opportunities. Now, Freddie's come back. They won't wait for him. He can change in his own time. Who's going to pick this up? Lucy Taylor. Now the Chester Racecourse have got a little bit of a zoom on, and it's going to be Johnny Martin who takes it out to the right. Lots of time, lots of space. Looking for an option. He can probably shoot from here and make it. He decides to run with it. He's gone around the outside of George Pearson. Good pick up there from Johnny Martin. He gets it again on the bounce. Johnny Martin on the pony. He's got the chance. No, but George does very well. Max Deer, who's everywhere so far today. He has played very well. Can he save this one in the goal mouth? He goes for the shot. But I think he may have hit it over his own back line, which will be a safety 60 hit in favour of Chester Racecourse. So, just under 30 seconds left.
So the ball placed on the 60-yard line, opposite the spot where it was hit across the back line by the defending team. Johnny Martin taking these penalty hits for Chester Racecourse. So we'll Wait and see now whether he decides to go in the air along the ground with this one. Well, he's gone in the air, but he's gone way out to the right with this one, so big sigh of relief from Apache. Players staying down the end there, umpires. So just wait and see if anything has occurred down the end. So that'll be the end of the second chuck. The halfway mark in the game, and Apache pretty happy, I would think, with this score. They'll go into the second half with a handy lead of 2 goals, 4 goals to 2.
Right, players are back on the field. Thank you very much. You've done a great job getting the field back into pristine condition. Don't forget, the winner of this match will be crowned as our FIP English team to play in Chantilly later in the year.
So the third chucker will start with Ollie Tuthill to hit in for the Apache team. He just brings it across the goal mouth, but he's got a nice lead here from George Pearson. Coming across in defence there is Richard Thomas, who and just turns the ball around. And no, sorry, it was Lucy Taylor. Gave him a big bump, got the near side shot. As the players coming through, the umpires have blown their whistle.
Well, Ian, we haven't mentioned much about the rules of polo. Still waiting for all the crowds to come flocking in from the far side. You can see them coming for miles now. Cars parked forever. But the rules of polo, very simple, designed for safety, predominantly safety of the horses first, then the players, and believe it or not, for the spectators. You are not allowed to go over near the boards and then just bash the ball out into the crowds. It's very dangerous and will have a penalty given against you. But in that situation, the line of the ball had gone back towards the goal mouth. Johnny Martin had got himself on it, and Freddie Deere had come down and crossed it. So Johnny Martin with a chance to get Chester back to within 1.
So yes, open goal penalty this time, so he can go along the ground. Drives it hard and straight, but Ollie Tuthill gets out there in time and just blocks the ball and knocks it over the line. So, well, Chester House will get another crack at this.
So the whistle blows and the clock will stop. It is another penalty in favour of Chester. And it looks as though Nina Clarkin may be the one to take this. The idea is to tee the ball up a bit so you can get a bit of loft and hit it over the heads of your opposition. Right, let's see what Nina's got. Nina gets onto that one. It's gone through the first. Can it get through the next one? Coming in now. Johnny Martin gets a touch on it. Johnny to finish it, flicks it forward, but it goes wide over the back end. And hang on, what have we got this time? Another safety. Well, Chester really are peppering this goal mouth. Unable to trouble the scorer so far, but they certainly are giving it their best chance. Nina will get a chance from the other side of the goal mouth.
So hard and straight from Nina, but it's, Johnny Martin's there to try and trap it in front of goal. But once again, it looks like the defence is solid enough. And the ball's pushed out to it, but the whistle has blown again. So if this goes Chester Racecourse way, they might finally put this goal in.
Yes, very scrappy little bit of polo here. And who's retreating? Don't tell me Apache are retreating. Are they? No, it's a hit to Apache. And Chester Racecourse have missed those couple of chances to get the goal they needed. Bring it in. Ollie Tuttle with the red hat. Comes in to take on another red hat. And Nina Clark with the pass is a beauty. Trying to get to Freddie. Johnny Martin does well on the man. No, it's actually Richard Thomas very well on the man. Now Lucy turns quickly. Nina's there as well. Lucy's gone for the backhand. Oh, and gets hooked but still gets a bit on it. Nina decides to go again. Ollie Tuttle thought he had a chance. Johnny Martin. Backhand is a good one. Can he get through to anyone? It's Lucy Taylor with a chance for Chester Racecourse. She picks up the ball, doesn't get enough on it. Freddie Deer opens with a huge open backhand. And Ollie Tuttle. Oh, the ball bounced and spun, but still got hold of it. That's a beautiful shot there from Johnny Martin. And in comes Lucy Taylor to take on Max Deer. The shot from Lucy. She's called off it. Nina goes in with a near side backhand. Can she shoot it and put it through? What a goal from Nina Clark, and she called off her fellow player, took the man, and with a very, very difficult shot.
Well, that's called the eyes in the back of the head shot, Glenn. I think you've just got to hope you've got it lined up enough so you put your head down, take the near side shot. And the great thing was she put enough spin on it that when it hit the ground, it actually spun back into the goal. So it was a great goal there for Chester.
Goodness. There's a bit going on in the grand. Oh, we're joined by Sir Paul Withers. Hello, Paul. Right. They bring the ball in. Who's going to get hold of it? Richard Thomas is told to leave it, and it's going to be now Johnny Martin. A chance for Chester to get back to square. It was all Apache in the first. And what can they do?
Johnny Martin just waits to see where the lead is coming from. Nina's called for it. It's going to head out towards the boards. She squeezes past a couple of purple shirts there and runs it right into the scoring zone now. Ollie Tuttle's back there in defence. Kay gets onto it, but no, Nina comes through. Can she beat it to the back line? No, she can't. It goes right to the posts. And again, a sigh of relief from Apache. It's Chester Racecourse doing all the attacking here.
You can see Nina being very vocal now. 4 goals, equal highest played Raider out there. Her and Ollie Tuttle on opposite sides. Ollie brings it out to the left. Freddie Deer comes in to make her life difficult. She turns left, but Ollie decides to go out to the left as well. Max Deer's calling for the hit, but he's not in any rush. Richard Thomas is doing a good job making his path to the goal very close. And now look at Freddie Deer with a bit of space. He's gone past Nina. Freddie Deer up over the halfway. He's getting down towards the 60. Freddie decides to shoot. He's put it along, but I think it might end up beating him over the back line. No, he's going to get to it. Oh, what a shot from Freddie Deer. He has scored a cracking goal out here on the Queen's ground. What fantastic stuff.
Well, almost out of nothing there, wasn't it? They've been sitting in the defensive half for virtually all this chucker, and then finally Freddie Deer gets a little bit of a chance and absolutely makes the most. A beautiful cut forehand to put it through and push that score out to 2 goals. The difference again. We're in the third chucker.
Wow, Nina had a chance during that little play. Who's taken that forward? Freddie Deer not happy about it, but Lucy Taylor really asked the pony to go forward. George Pearson's with her as well. She's called off it by Nina Clark, and for Chester Racecourse, she reaches back and she's left it behind Freddie Deer. The backhand. Freddie puts an open backhand. Nice play from him. Freddie Deer.
And he just brings it up towards the over the 60-yard line. Ollie Tuttle following through now on the pass. Has done it nicely now. He's just 2 or 3 lengths clear. Got plenty of time. Runs it down into the centre. Probably would have liked a bit more angle than that on. He's got a big angled shot from here. He'll just tap it and it rolls off the side of his stick. George Pearson comes through. He gets ridden off the ball there though by by Lucy Taylor, who plays a little backhand shot. It's good enough to get him out of trouble because Nina Clark has picked this one up and she'll bring the ball up over the hull. Doesn't get the shot in, but following through Johnny Martin does, and he just takes it up. Now Pearson's there, but John Martin takes the ball over the halfway line. Here goes Chester Racecourse on the attack again. Johnny Martin goes round the outside of George Pearson there and just brings it down. It's wide of goal, but he cuts it inside. George Pearson's read that nicely. Near side shot, doesn't get a lot of length. Johnny Martin coming up now, a little tap shot. He's got plenty of purple shirts to get it through, but he does, and it sits on the line and rolls through, and Chester Racecourse are back to 1 goal the difference.
Just under 2 minutes left. Who's off changing? George Pearson, so too's Ollie Tuthill. It's 3 against 2 back here. If they can get back and get started, Chester Racehorse now 3 on 3. They will not wait for the other players. You change in your own time. So as soon as Nina gets back, they'll throw the ball in. Tim sends it through. Who's going to pick it up? Lucy Taylor picks up a nice little play. Freddie Deer comes in, but Lucy Taylor does well. Comes off against the board. She comes in, and Nina decides to come in. George gets a hook. Good play from George. Ollie Tuthill. Max has the man taken. Richie Thomas comes in, and you hear the words hit from Freddie Deer, but the pass is not quite far enough from Ollie. Is he still going to get to it? Good riding off there from Johnny Martin. Nina, good backhand. Coming in, Ollie Tuthill's the only one can get to it. This is very good polo for 8-goal polo. 9 goals already in just under 3 chuckers. A minute to go. Ollie Tuthill, he's good enough to score from here. He waits for one of the players to get out of the way.
And he's backed up there by Freddie Deer, so he'll take it across the field now. And just Nina Clarkin's making him work hard for it, but Freddie Deer comes through, and that's a lovely approach shot from Freddie Deer. It's sitting up in front of goal. Richard Thomas desperately trying to get the backhand in. Pony kicks the ball to the side, and it goes over the back line. So, Chester Racecourse this time, the ones thinking they're lucky stars, and they'll hit in from the back line. Apache leading by 5 goals to 4, so this game's starting to get pretty close. From the back line, Richard Thomas just trying to push the ball forward. No, it's not. It's actually Lucy Taylor. I think he's got the ball anyway. It's out towards the boards. Now it's Richard Thomas coming in. Pony doesn't help him, so diving around is Freddie Deer now. And he's going to be hard ridden here by Johnny Martin, and it's tapped in by Max Beer. Now Freddie brings the ball up towards the post. Just tries to tap it through. Where's it gone? I think it's gone left. So again, no score results. And that will be the end of the third chukker. And Apache just clinging to the lead pretty tenaciously, but having been in front by 2 or 3 goals most of the game, they'll come into the last with just a 1-goal lead. Apache leading Chester Racecourse 5 goals to 4.
4 on 4. We've got them all back. The score is 5 goals to 4. We've got all 8 players. Our 2 umpires, Tim Bowen and Peter Wright, ready to go. Our third man is Robert Graham up here, and I'm joined by Ian McDewey, my fellow Australian. We feel like we've taken over the Guards Polo Club, Ian, but anyway. It's going to be Nina Clarkin in control. Coming in is Richard Thomas, but Ollie Tuthill, who's been an absolute rock here today. Tim Bowen has blown the whistle. Not happy with something that he saw. Some form of I think they've played a tiny bit of advantage, and the ball will get dropped at halfway.
Yes, he might have just gone down on the wrong side there to play that one. Then I think there was somebody coming into mark there.
So the call was that he'd blocked on the first part of the play. They thought Nina might have been able to get away, but instead they blew the whistle. A small amount of advantage was played, and they take it to the next mark on the field, which is the 5B. And if you're wondering where the umpire will take the ball, it depends on where the foul has occurred, whether they were defending or attacking, and the severity of the foul. Johnny Martin comes in. This is a chance for Chester Racecourse to get back to even. They've been peppering the goal for 2.5 chuckers. Apache was all over them in the first, and they played very well. Coming in now, Freddie Deer thinks he can get it, but it's Johnny Martin who sends it out to the left-hand side. Coming in is George Pearson, hard on the near side. Gets a little flick. Nice play from him, but Johnny's still got it. Ollie Tuthill comes in, can't make a play. Johnny Martin on a really nice little pony in the last here. 4th chucker. Johnny gets the jump on George Pearson. He's got to deal with Ollie Tuthill as well. Someone not happy about something. You can hear them all yelling, but Freddie Deer takes it forward.
Yeah, the umpires are watching really closely there, and they weren't going to be influenced by waving sticks and shouts, so it's allowed Apache to get away with the ball now, bring it up. Ollie Tuthill picks up the ball that's left there by Freddie Deer, and he takes it in towards centre field. Johnny Martin back there will make him work hard for it. Gets a near side shot, but Tuthill gets his pony in the way, drops down in front of him, and he's just going to tap it through onto a new line, and the umpires are close by, and the whistle blows. I think somebody got a stick caught up there as well, but Ollie Tuthill had just pushed that ball up along the boards, and poking his way along the line. So down to the 60. And Apache to take the hit. They're leading by a goal, so this is not what Chester Racecourse wanted to see. They were hoping to stay down in that attacking half, but Apache have done a great job in defence. They've made it very, very hard for the Chester Racecourse team to get any clean shots down in front of goal. And once they get possession, able to sneak it away. But as Glenn mentioned when we were talking about it between chuckers, Apache have actually only scored one goal in the last two chuckers. They were leading by 4-2 at the end of the first. And so, although they've done a great job defensively, they still haven't managed to put a lot of goals on the board. So here's a chance for them now from the 60-yard line. Freddie Deer to take it. Puts it high in the air, and I think it just might have gone wide to the right. So the score stays 5-4. So Chester Racecourse still in this, but they'll need a goal pretty quickly because the defence of this Apache team has been very good, and if it gets down towards the end and they're a goal in front, they'll probably try and shut things down a little. But Johnny Martin's shot takes it out towards the boards, and Nina Clarkin picks up the ball, gets the second shot in now. It's covered here by Freddie Deer, who just backs the ball in. Covered again by Nina, who puts it out to the boards. Tuthill's there to block it. Johnny Martin, the ball sitting up in front now. In goes Richard Thomas, but he's taken out of it by Tuthill, and Johnny Martin trying to protect the ball, but Ollie's got it now. He'll take it in towards centre field, got it on the stick side. Johnny Martin will wait to see him come through. He's got plenty of purple shirts up there in front. Drives the ball down into the scoring zone. On the end of the pass is Freddie Deer, and he puts it through the goal, and that pushes it out to 2 goals. The difference once again. Apache 6 and Chester Racecourse 4.
Lovely shot from Ollie Tuthill. Somehow put it through the defending player's horse, through the legs, and Freddie Deer was in perfect position to get hold of that pass. Umpire Tim Bound in front of the royal box will get the two teams lined up. 6-4 with 2.5 minutes gone. Now they're starting to get a bit rowdy in the stands. Who's looking for this? Who's going to pick it up? Freddie Deer again, who's just scored a beautiful goal, sends it down, and George Pearson has read that beautifully. Nina Clarkin swoops onto that. George comes in. He's still got control of it, but Nina rides him off beautifully. George still gets control of it with a lucky bounce off the pony. George, now the ride off from Nina. She goes in. Can't get enough on that. Pearson sends it through. Is it good enough to make it? He's just flicked it out to the left of the post. And I think the umpires have seen a problem with that. They can, if they don't agree, go to the third man, or they can also ask for a clarification of a foul, where to take it to. And this does look dire for the Chester Racehorse team. Racecourse team.
It's probably a racehorse or two down on the racecourse. So. But George Pearson, just in taking that shot, one of the defending players just pushing in from a bit of an angle, and that caused him to miss it a little. Anyway, he's got the free hit now. And, well, he'll remember that when he wakes up tomorrow. So from the back line now, Johnny Martin will hit in. Chester Racecourse, nothing for them now but get on the attack and try and drive this ball up into the attacking half. Nina Clarkin's there to take the pass, but it's trapped by Freddie Deer. He pops it out for Pony now. Read nicely by Ollie Tuthill, and he'll push Apache back on the attack here now. Drives it forward. George Pearson coming to pick up the pass. Gets a big bump from Nina Clarkin. Bounces off a Pony's foot. Sticks in the air. And the whistle blows. So, a discussion amongst the umpires. The reason we have two umpires on the field is that they see the game from different angles. They basically divide the field into diagonal halves, and because the angle that the player comes onto the line of the ball is so critical in a penalty, sometimes an umpire who's watching from down the line is able to see what an umpire out on the side may not be able to, so there's two on the field to do that. And on this occasion they've decided it was the Apache team that had the right of way, and one of the defending Chester Racecourse players coming in, and a penalty is awarded. Again, an open goal from 40 yards. Well, I think it's a 30 actually. So Freddie Deer does the same thing and puts it out to the right. So although they've got a 2-goal lead, they've squandered a couple of good chances here. So Chester Racecourse still in this. Here goes Johnny Martin with the hit in from the back line. Goes across the goal, trying to get away from the defenders this time, not drawing them in. And he'll just take control of the ball himself. So George Pearson has to go across and try and keep him honest. So this time he gets a bit of loft on the ball, puts it down on the boards, well out to the right-hand side. Nina Clarkin coming through, but she's hard-ridden by Ollie Tuthill, who plays a backhand down, bounces over the sideline, and we'll see a throw in just inside that Chester half.
Throw in on the far side. We have... Who's going to come out with it? It stopped at the front. Lucy Taylor, I thought I heard her saying that she wanted the ball. The backhand from George Pearson has gone through. But I'm just not sure what's happening. I think it's another hit in favour of the racecourse, Chester Racecourse. They've had two very lucky let-offs with 2 30-yarders being missed by Apache, and if ever a team was going to come back and do it, they need to do it now. 2 minutes to go. And I back Nina Clarkin to score a ripper. Coming in, Johnny Martin. Lucy Taylor's looks like she's the one that's gone forward. If Johnny can get the pass to her, she is gone by miles. But Max comes back. Now Nina's gone forward. Johnny sends it through. Nina looks like she's got a bit of a powerful horse as well. She picks it up on the near side. George Pearson's leaning over that far. He's nearly riding her horse as well. She can't get enough on it. Freddie Deer can't either. Richard Thomas comes in. Lucy Taylor thought she had the play, but Ollie Tuthill has cleared it. George Pearson comes in on the near side. Little flick comes off Nina's pony. He's called to leave it. Freddie Deer brings it around. Freddie gets ridden off hard by Richard Thomas, who's been everywhere now. Johnny Martin picks it up. Johnny with a nice little play. If he can get a backhand to Nina, it'll be a... Oh, dear, there's players everywhere, but Freddie Deer comes through. Max as well, and the umpires are not happy with something.
Well, there were players coming from 3 different angles to that ball. Must have been frightened.
Looked like a roundabout in Birmingham. Coming from all angles. But the only thing that matters is what the umpires saw, and it's going for Apache. They have a chance to seal this game now with only a minute and a half to go, and Apache could be the team with the English shirts on in Chantilly. For those of you who have just arrived, this particular game has been the brainchild of the HPA. They've come up with the idea of teams putting their own teams together of all English players, and the winner of this particular tournament gets to play in Chantilly in the FIP 8-goal championships later in the year.
Oh, that... I think that came off the post, actually. Ollie Tuthill's shot was in the air, just hit the post and came, and now it's gone over the back line. So, well, Apache getting all the penalties but can't convert them. So players just taking advantage of the stop in play to change a few ponies. I don't know whether that ball was hit across by a defender or not. I think it probably was, because Lucy was trying to clear the ball,
That's whether it came off a pony's foot, but the umpire and Ollie Tuthill are back on the 60. Out to the left of centre. So here's another chance. His last one hit the post. Can he put this one through? Well, it's strong enough, but it's gone out to the right. It doesn't get to the back line. Nicely backed in there by Max Bear, but it's turned around by George Pearson. Still Apache on the attack. Pearson tries to clear, beautifully cleared by Nina Clark, and now she drives the ball forward. Tuthill's back then defence. His near side shot turns it around with a bit of interest. Now George Pearson, big angle from here, tries to put the ball across the goal. He's done it nicely, almost too well. Max Bear comes in, plays the little shot towards goal, cleared there by Johnny Martin. Great play by John Martin, right in the jaws of death, and he has not got much of a head on that stick, so it's going to be hard for him to hit the next one. Picked up there by Freddie Deere. Nina Clarkin comes in, plays the near side backhand, umpires blow the whistle.
Well, that one will be a hit. By the look of things, according to the umpires, in favour of the Apache once again, who will be having their 4th penalty hit in this last chukker, trying to convert. And I think the time is just running out for Chester Racecourse. They have played well, they've had their chances, Ian, but just unable to convert.
No, if you're a betting man, you'd even if you had a ticket at odds on Apache at the moment, you'd probably want to keep it. Ollie Tuthill, another chance, open goal again from the 30. This one looks to have gone wide again, so that's 330 goal hits from Apache in this chukker, not one of them converted. So Chester's still got a slim chance. They've got the ball from the back line. Johnny Martin takes it out now. Tuthill thinks has got that one covered. He'll just tap it around onto a new line now. Now there goes the siren, and that'll be the end of the game. Congratulations to Apache. They'll be going to Chantilly to represent England in the FIP 8 Gold Championships. But a great game by Chester. How about a big hand for them? They really made them work hard in that 3rd chukker. And just a little bit of a bounce of the ball might have helped. But very good attacking game by Apache.
Ian, thank you very much. We won't see you up here this afternoon for our main game at 2:30, 3 o'clock. But thank you very much for coming over to help us out. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lunch. And we will see you back for the main game at about 3 o'clock. Thank you.